Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden, that's Lauren, and we're sorry we're late because someone decided that the wine glass by her knee didn't need to be there anymore, and so it got kamikazed onto the floor. Is that how we always look? I feel like that's not how it looked on the camera when I set it up.
I don't know why you're asking me.
I feel like the aspect ratio is like off or something.
Maybe I should just buy a new camera.
Maybe I should just buy a new camera. Fortunately, we're broke.
We would be broke if you stopped buying money on the whiskey.
That's true. That is true. But if I stopped spending money on the whiskey, then I wouldn't be able to have all of these wonderful bottles. How's my audio looking, everybody? It looks good. No complaints, so it's probably fine. How's my audio looking? Perfect. Okay, so sorry we're unprepared. I was going to be more prepared, but we had to clean some glass up on aisle 4. But that being said, here we are, and we have a lot of new whiskey to drink, and I am more than excited to drink it all. Truth be told, I did open the Elijah Craig and the Parker's Heritage, but I have not opened the Four Roses yet, so that's fun. So, for reference, what we got going on tonight is we got the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch C923. It's 133 proof, 13 years and 7 months old. The one that everyone's raving about. People are saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. Also here we got the Parker's Heritage 10-year straight rye whiskey at cask strength. It's 128.8 proof. That guy I just picked up. There's a fun story behind that one. But lastly, look what we got here. We got Four Roses 135th anniversary limited edition at 54% alcohol. That's 108 proof. So, that being said, I'm going to actually... What is he doing?
He's just standing here.
I'm actually going to move the camera back just a bit because I wanted to...
It's bothering you?
Yeah. I want to be able to see a little bit of... What?
It's spooky.
What's spooky?
Watching me get smaller.
Okay, now I gotta just make sure I angle it the right direction. Yeah, it should be like...
Do other people do this on their YouTube channels?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make it look nice for the people.
I don't think anyone came here to watch me wiggle around on the camera like that.
I'd watch it wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, so... yes, finally. Finally, whiskey o'clock. So, that being said, I don't know what I want to start with. I also have a bunch of samples here from the Advent calendar, which you guys have been seeing. And I do want to go through and drink some of them as well.
We're doing that.
Well, just after we drink these, I'll just kind of drink along with them.
More whiskey?
Huh?
In case you need more whiskey?
Exactly. But you know what? I don't know what to start with because these are all really high proof. Let's do a warm-up whiskey. Actually, you know what? Let's say hi to the people. It's been 3.5 minutes. We were late, and we're going to say hi to people. Peter White is here, says cheers with the happy boy emoji. Peter, cheers to you, friend.
I think it's stupid that you can't see it.
I know, I agree, but it's okay. Dan Bino says, cheers, Bino in the house. Bino, cheers to you. Thanks for being here. Derek Whiting's also here, says, cheers, everyone. Cheers. Sugar Kitty's here, says, meow. Meow. Gary. Sugar Kitty, cheers to you. Meow back.
I don't have a drink.
What would you like to drink today? Peter says, I'm broke with Four Roses LE and Parker's Heritage on the table. You're not wrong. That's a fair statement, but now you see why I'm broke. Casey Tisler is here, says cheers. All cheers, Casey. Thanks for being here. Sipping Ashen Tao Shang single malt for Holden.
I don't think that he he doesn't have any Japanese anything.
I know. I'm just confused on what the heck that is. I've never heard of it, but good. What's everyone else drinking tonight? What am I going to drink? What am I going to start with tonight?
You're not starting with anything.
What would you like to drink tonight?
I'm on timeout.
I'm on timeout? Well, you still have some wine in that
But
thing.
it's not cold.
Does it need to be cold?
Yeah.
Would you like me to go open you a bottle of cold wine?
No.
What would you like? A beer?
No.
You have the breakfast one, that kind of like sour one, the breakfast sour one.
I'm not in the mood for that.
What are you in the mood for? Some whiskey? This is what it's like having a significant other.
Yeah. You wanted to get rid of me.
Akintoshin. I don't know why I'm saying it in Japanese. It just comes out that way. It's Akintoshin. I don't know how to even say it in a Scottish accent. Akintoshin. Akintoshin. It's the Akintoshin. But anyway, that's what he's drinking. All right, seriously, are you gonna help me figure out what I'm gonna drink for the first bottle today, or am I just gonna pour it? OMG, the internet is trash tonight for Sugar Kitty. I'm sorry. I'm glad it's not us, but I feel bad for you having it be trash. If the internet's so bad, Sugar Kitty, I'll let you be the one to pick what I'm drinking to start off tonight. Because all three of these whiskeys are quite good, and I don't want to start off with them because I want my palate to be warmed up by the time I get to them.
What else you drink one of his?
I can drink one of these ones that I have already drank. Like, that would be a good one. Otherwise, that's a good one. That's a good one. I want a good proof one. Okay, so. Oh, I know. We'll start with this one because this is one that I never drank this on the live stream last week, did I?
No.
Okay. So, we have a sample here from Sugar Kitty that I did on the advent calendar, but it didn't record. And I did the whole advent calendar and it didn't record. So, but it is sample D from Sugar Kitty's samples that he sent. It's 21090s, still Austin pick. So, yeah, I'm just going to pour it in the Glen. I was trying to think of like how much proof this is, if this is too hot to start with, but you know what? Screw it. Sugar Kitty will have to let me know on the proof of that one. Area 1 is here. Says trash. LOL. Hey, him and her. Glad to see you. Cheers.
Trashy. Maybe that's what he meant.
I think he was talking about the trash internet, but
is it ours?
I don't know. Is it ours? Is anyone else having any issues tonight with the internet? I hope not. Okay, so 21090 still Austin pick. I believe this is a bourbon. I believe it's close to cast strength. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember if Sugar Kitty told me last week or not on the live stream when I was talking about it, but
Holden's at it.
Hackers are at it.
There's hackers?
There's hackers in the air.
I'm confused. I could go for some chocolate right now.
Chocolate? What kind of chocolate? Do we have any?
I don't know.
No. Peter White says butterscotch bomb for this.
He had it?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, or if he did. Yeah, I guess you get a little butterscotch, and honestly,
else, and you're like just agreeing with him.
I get a little butterscotch.
Do you?
Yeah, I almost feel like the glass smells a little bit dank. But Chris Tats is here. Says good day from down under. Finally home after being away for 10 days. Oh.
Hold it.
I was talking in an accent and it was a little too happy for the sentence. But to bury his brother, able to finally have a toast to him tonight and time with all of my wild turkeys. Well, cheers to you and cheers to your brother. Hopefully you guys are okay, and thoughts and prayers to you and yours. But I'm sorry for reading that so happily.
You're the only person
damn near making fun of him.
That would happen to.
Of course that would happen to me.
Why
but
do you do
cheers
this?
to you. I'll drink one for him too.
You need to be nicer to people. Read things before you just start.
Well, if I read things twice every time, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Okay, woof. That's definitely got the proof behind it. But you know what? In a good way. I really like it. The flavors are like mending together real nice too. Hang on, he's here. Says, gentleman and lady, how are you now? Howdy, Hang on, Easy. Welcome to it. My posts are generally upbeat, so no offense. Okay, good. I'm glad Glad everything's cool with that. But I want to say there's a little bit of a fruity aspect in here. What do you?
Not with you. You always do this shit.
It's not. I feel like that's not the first time I've done something like that, but it's not my fault. Casey says, what are you drinking? I missed that. This is the 21090 Still Austin pick. So Sugar Hoodie, if you have some more information on this, I would love it. Like the proof of it and what kind of notes you get on it. I would say there's a little bit of like a fruit medley, like a fruit cocktail-y ness on the nose, along with like a good oak presence of butterscotch. I feel like it's definitely got a little bit of like a nutmeggy, not nutmeg, maybe some kind of light spice, very light spice in it, but I'm enjoying it. Luis Rios says, any good bourbons you would recommend for the holiday season?
That's a good question. I would recommend this one and that one.
Which one do you recommend?
And that one.
Lauren recommends last year's release of the Parker's Heritage and the Woodford Barrel Strength. But in all seriousness, I definitely think if you can get your hands on this Elijah Craig, you won't be disappointed. It's got the heat to match Christmas, you know. La Flamme would be a good one too. But I don't think you're from Wisconsin, so you probably aren't going to get a chance to get that. You know, Four Roses, even like a Four Roses single barrel, a single barrel strength. I know that I've seen a bunch of them coming out recently in the last like month or so. I feel like that would be a good one. It's got some spice aspect. It's got what like warmth. It's barrel proof, something you can drink in winter. Otherwise, if I was going to do a rye, I would say, what is one of my favorite ryes?
The limousine.
Limousine rye. You can't get that probably.
Oh, that's only Wisconsin too.
Yeah.
What the heck, Holden? You don't have a very open.
Oh, Driftless Glen has rye all over the place. If you can get yourself a Driftless Glen rye, that would be a great one for the winter months. And Casey's saying Penelope Rio. I don't know if his Penelope Rio is what he's drinking or if that's what he's suggesting for winter. But either way, that's good whiskey. Can confirm. Hagen was watching Tipsy Whiskey. Hagen was watching Tipsy Whiskey.
Okay. Hagen was watching
Tipsy Whiskey video. When the hell did they come out with Wild Turkey 101 8-year, and why do they not sell it here? I don't know. I've never heard of that ever, actually. So, well, maybe I've heard of it. I don't know. I'm confused. Sure, he says finished ryes are good for the holiday. Sagamore Port, Midwinter Night's Jam, etc. That is true. If you could get your hands on a bottle of Dancing Goat, that would be a great one to get. But, yes, Sagamore Port or Sherry, one of the two. But anyway, Travis Jewell is here. Said, did you get the EC 923 in Wisconsin? I did. At the Festival of Foods in Swamico. And it was at a bunch of different festivals in the Green Bay area. But I did not see it at Woodman's or Superior Discount Liquor yet. So I've been checking those, and I'll continue to check those.
Jewell? He's been on here before.
I don't know him personally.
Oh.
I've never met him in real life. Casey Tizzler says that's another one of the Agua releases. Kind of sad. Over the water. Oh, yeah. It's across the country. Or different country. Japan only, probably. The new Driftless M&J pick of Mexican chocolate is fantastic. M&J pick. M&J. Who's M&J? I'm a little dumb for that. Japan only? Probably. About the only bottle I would hunt for are those Four Roses picks. They are true unicorns in Canada. Tell you what, Peter.
Wisconsin's really not that far from Canada.
He was talking about the Four
not
Roses
this
picks.
one?
No.
What's this?
That is a limited edition.
Oh, well, I just knew it was Four Roses.
Yeah, it is Four Roses.
It's not that far.
But Peter, I could always, if I found one and you wanted one, if you just let me know, I could probably ship you one. I don't have any leads on you right now.
You know what? We're driving through Toronto on our honeymoon. If you can just wait 2 months.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'll see any because they only really release once a year.
Okay, but if we were to see one.
If we were to see one, I could buy one. Casey says, I think so for the Japan release. Turkey 12 is better. That I can agree with. Get a Knob Creek Rye store pick at 115 brews. Very Christmassy. That I could agree with. I have not tasted it, but if it's anything like any of the other Knob Creek products that I've had, or like some great ryes. I feel like I like high proof rye a lot better than lower proof ryes personally, but I agree with that statement. Dusty Wild Turkey bottle with the 8-year on it. I think I've heard of that. Travis says he's from Wisconsin, so I thought he'd ask because he hasn't seen it. Which part of Wisconsin are you in? I know that the Appleton.
We talked about this last time he was on here.
I just get confused because I feel like a lot of Wisconsin people who come on, so I always get confused which part of Wisconsin who's from. Turkey 17 even more. I would like Turkey 17. I would like that a lot. I must say the Wild Turkey 12-year 101 is good, especially for the price. I picked up my bottles for about $80 US, and I got mine for $150, I think.
Yeah.
US. Yeah. It's only like $50 or $60 in Japan, I think. Hank says I have a sample of 12-year 101 outstanding, but 8-year would be nice. It would be nice, to be fair. Fashion Journey, obviously. I knew that. The channel that Club picks for Patreon. I did know that. Fashion Journey, yeah.
Get your shit together.
I'm Dowie. Robin's in the chat says cheers. Oh, Robin, cheers to you. Thanks for being here tonight. Peter said, did Canada shrink when I was not paying attention?
I have a question. What is going on?
He's making fun of you because he's not in Toronto.
I thought he was in Toronto.
Or no, wait. I don't really know. But I think he's making fun of you. Tired of Wild Turkey sending all the good stuff overseas.
I didn't think it was that far.
Can confirm. Russell's 13, so good. Can confirm that as well. Very nice, very nice. Green Bay from Hamilton is a 10.5-hour drive. We're going to be making that drive, so close to it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, let's put it this way. If it's in Wisconsin, it's probably somewhere in Michigan, and that's half the drive, so.
And he said, I thought me and Jimmy were good, but he keeps sending all the stuff I wanted to Japan. Yeah, what the heck, Jimmy? You think he'd throw us a bone once in a while. But, okay, so, story time. How did I get these lovely bottles that are sitting in front of us today?
You pissed me off.
Also, wait, Sugar Kitty.
And then... You
still haven't told me what proof this 1090 pick of Still Austin is. I'm curious. I want to know if my proof radar is right. But I think it's close to like 120, but I don't know for sure. Hagen has not seen a Russell store pick at my Total Wine for 6 months. I haven't seen a store pick of Russell's since the first time I got one. And I'll gladly buy more when I see them, but I haven't. But anyway, so this Elijah Craig got a tip from a friend, actually through my work email. A friend from a different company that I work with has talked to me about bourbon before, and he saw this at the store by our works, and he emailed me, and I ran over there and got it. So, he's goated. But Parker's Heritage, 10-year rye. This bad boy, Casey and I stood in line for 5 hours. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, drove down to Oshkosh. Or actually, I drove to Casey's house and he drove to Oshkosh, but he lives in Appleton, so it's not that far. But we got in line about 4 o'clock, and we waited until the doors opened at 9 o'clock. And I was number 6 in line. Casey was number 7. And yeah, I missed Stag Jr. Stag Jr. By one person. The first person in line got a Angel's Envy Cast Strength. The second lady in line took the Elmer T. Lee. The third person in line grabbed Jack Daniel's 10-year. Then the fourth and fifth person in line each grabbed the only 2 bottles of Stag. So number 6 didn't have much left. But I'm really excited that I got the Parker's Heritage. I just didn't really want to spend that much money that day, but it is what it is. I'm glad I got this because this is effing good. The other option, if I couldn't get this one, would have been Elijah Craig 18, and they had like 30 different bottles to pick from. So either way, I would have got something good. I'm just glad I got this one. But it is what it is. Casey ended up getting the E.H. Taylor Straight Rye, and he was number 7. So
nobody wants to see you die on here.
I know.
What's happening?
Sugar says, please do not ask a member of Russell family to toss you a bone. Bad things happen. Oh, okay. I won't.
I'm confused. What's happening?
Bunch. Give me a sec. The connection is tonight. It's hard. Oh, you're good, Sugar Kitty. I was just curious.
Is there bad
I wanted to make sure it
weather,
didn't fall
or
through the
what's going
cracks.
on?
I don't know. The reason that Japan and Australia kept the wild turkey open through the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, well, you guys are not drinking bourbon over there, so we get rewarded. That's fair. That's a fair statement. You know, we were effing around being a bunch of stoopy doopies, and yeah, that's fair. After all, it's not called Wild Kangaroo or Wild Godzilla, lol. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. The North Scottsdale, blah, blah, blah. 21090 pick is 116 proof. So I would have got a point for that if I guessed 120.
Oh.
So 116. I said 120, but he said it's 116. But yeah, that's respectable. I like that. It is really good. Honestly, if I saw more Still Austin, which I've never seen one before in person, but if I saw some more, I would absolutely buy some. Stacey H is here. 4-Leaf Whiskey in the chat says, cheers, everyone. Happy holidays. Thanks. Happy holidays to you. How you doing, Stacey? How's your night been? Boop, boop, boop. Okay, but so that's the story of how I got Parker's Heritage. And then, how did I stumble across this bad mama jama? Okay, so this bad boy, I entered into the Woodman's raffle. I entered into the Appleton one and the Green Bay one. And Lauren and her mom and her brother also entered the Green Bay one. And I got a call. And the Woodman's raffle, since a lot of you guys probably don't know, they usually have things along the lines of George T. Stagg, William LaRue Weller, Pappy 20, Pappy 15, Pappy 12 Lot B, Pappy Rye, Pappy 10, Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, Four Roses, and all that good stuff. And then they have like the smaller stuff that I wouldn't necessarily hunt as much. But I was called number 19 for the Appleton and Woodman's. I had 4 bottles to choose from. It was between this Michter's 10 Rye, Blanton's, and Caribou Crossing. So I chose this one, obviously. Why would I not choose this one? And I was really excited about that. $200 even, and 100 million times worth it. I haven't tasted it yet, but I know it's going to be good. But the other unfortunate event that happened is Green Bay Woodman's called. Not me, not Lauren, but Lauren's mom. Robin, it's okay. I'm not too upset, but I actually could probably cry. So Lauren's mom actually did get a call from the Green Bay Woodman's, and I talked to a friend that I had, a friend from Green Bay and from the Facebook groups, and he was called at 10:20, and he was the 4th person to get called. First person took Pappy 15, second took WLW, third took Sazerac 18, and my friend he was number 4. He took the George T. Stagg. So Lauren's mom got called around 10:40-ish, 10:45. So I estimate she probably would have been called number 8 or number 9. And if I was guessing, it means I probably could have got Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. But
Holden neglected to tell us that the drawing was on Monday. He also neglected to tell us what whiskeys he wanted. And he also neglected to tell us to keep our phones on us. So he kind of dropped the ball on this one, because if he would have just said, keep your phone on you, we all just would have kept our phones on us.
That is on me. That's on me. I've never once did I blame her. I just said that I'm really, really sad because I could have an Old Forester Birthday Bourbon in this lineup tonight. But no blame, because it is my fault. I wasn't very clear. I just said that they needed to enter.
You just said go enter this, and then nothing after.
Yeah, and it is stupid. Woodman's doesn't leave you a message. They don't do everything. If you don't answer the phone when they call you, you don't win. Which, it's like, okay, some people have jobs, but whatever. Either way, could have been, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, so this is awesome. Casey says, Holden, you still need to find me a C923. Yeah, man, I'm working on it. I went to the stores today. I'll be at the stores tomorrow.
Did you tell him that he's doing a live stream next week?
Oh, Casey, you're doing the live stream next week.
I have to work next week, Tuesday, so...
So, Casey, you're stepping in. That was the first one open in Arizona. They called the Salt Store the Treasure Store. That's what the manager said, at least. Pretty sure that was a conversation with Hanging. But Stacy said I've been drinking.
Stacy's here.
I know it. I went through a whole thing saying hi to her and asking her how she's been.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, I'm listening.
But she says I've been drinking barrel seagrass. I'm doing lovely. That's fair. I've had barrel seagrass once, and it was in a sample, and I wasn't. I had 2 samples without names on them, and I didn't know which one was barrel seagrass, but they both tasted good. So, so whatever one was seagrass.
You dropped the ball on that one too.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was from Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans, and they had sent it to me like a year prior, and yeah. What is he doing out there?
Playing.
Where's his sweater?
Did he take it off?
Is it on him? I can't see it. Like blends in. Oh, the
we
lights.
We got Murta a sweater.
Yeah, Murta's got a sweater on.
Whole body sweater.
Not a whole body sweater, like a front arms.
It covers his little legs.
30-year Bushmills. Woof. That would be. Yeah, that's insane. $3,000 is a lot. Chris Tass said I would take the Four Roses LE over the Old Forester birthday bourbon. Me too. Me too. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying that I could have both, and that's the part that made me sad.
Holman's very greedy. He needs both, not one or the other. Both.
I am. Actually, we went to a store after I picked up this one, and I saw it in Elijah Craig 18, but they were asking $250 for it, and I wasn't about to pull that. So, Biking Bourbon's here in the chat. Says howdy, folks. Cheers, Biking Bourbon. Cheers to you, man. How are you doing? Casey says I'll be there. Good. You better be. Robin says live and learn. Now you know. Yeah.
Now I know. You already know.
I know. I was reading it like from my point of view. I know that's my fault. Next year I will be more clear. The thing is, they change it every year, and I wasn't there. They just did it weird this year. 21-year Bushmills is only like 300. Huge jump. That's true. I want Macallan 18. Does anyone know if Macallan 18 is worth the money? It's one of those things where I always see people drinking it on TV shows.
The classic laddie.
Yeah, we do have to get the classic laddie. Chris Jenkins is here. Says cheers, everyone. Chris, cheers to you, man. How you doing tonight? What are you sipping on?
What if
we actually drank whiskey?
What if Sam Hewen comes out with a long aged bourbon or scotch?
Then I would buy it and drink it, but I doubt that's gonna happen because celebrities don't normally do that unless they're really, really, really involved with it.
Well,
and I'm not saying that he's not involved.
I feel like he's more involved than George Clooney is.
Well, yeah, but
what's George Clooney's liquor?
I think he's more involved in the fact that he likes making liquor and putting out a product and doing all that kind of stuff, and he likes alcohol and he likes that stuff. But I don't think he's like a nerd the way that like Brothers Bond guys are nerds about it. Like
maybe he doesn't have time because he's still in Outlander.
That too.
Maybe after Outlander he'll have time.
Sweater or straight jacket?
It's green, so it's not a straight jacket. And he has a bandana, and it says, Santa, I ate the cookies. Because he was naughty.
Yeah.
Ate the cookies.
Chris Jenkins says, just Gatorade tonight. Oh, man. Going easy on yourself, huh? Macallan 18 is worth about $30 on a generous day. Damn.
Well, you won't be wasting your money on that one now.
I'm glad I asked, because it's not $30, that's for sure. Okay, so next up, I'm going to go ahead and open the Four Roses. I don't want my palate to be too blown out. And this is much lower proof than those two bottles. And honestly, quite frankly, I really want to taste it. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, a lot of people, they would take this Four Roses and trade it for a Maker's Mark Cellar Age. But, I'm just not about that life. Just kidding. In all seriousness, I don't need to get a Maker's Mark Cellar Age because some goofball I know already traded his Four Roses for a Maker's Mark Cellar Age, so I'll get to try both, and he'll get to try both. Cheers! Oh,
hold it.
Cheers, Casey. I don't want to buy from Amazon. Okay, sorry, I clicked the button. But here we have Four Roses 2023 limited edition. This is 135th anniversary, 54% alcohol, 108 proof. This year's limited edition is expressions of subtle flavors and complex layers. It has a bunch of tasting notes that I don't want to see, so I'm not going to read it all. But let's open it up and see how this cork pop is. Oh, wow, that was tight. tight. Why you have that look on your face?
You're horny for that bourbon. Can you go get me a hair tie? I have one on the ottoman in the living room.
Okay, it looks like I got
this for them.
Okay, Lauren's. Wait, you're gonna get the first sip
Yeah.
of my good whiskey. That do not make that face to the Four Roses.
That's not fair because I feel like I'm pretty good at smelling whiskey, and this literally smells like fish.
Fish?
Yeah, maybe it's your cup.
There's not a hair tie on the ottoman.
It's a clip.
It's what? Oh, clip.
Guys, I swear this smells like fish.
I'm gonna be pissed. Hold on. I'm gonna be pissed if
I need to know if it's the cup.
It might be the cup.
This smells really good. Tell me I'm not crazy because it doesn't smell good.
I don't think it necessarily smells bad, but these two Glencairns I think you cleaned because...
I haven't cleaned a Glencairn in weeks.
Okay, well, they weren't dried. So, let's hope that it didn't pull any things out of it. Okay, yeah. I think that smells better.
Let me see.
Much better. Much better.
Okay, yes. That was disgusting. I literally was like, did you
It didn't smell like
just
fish.
waste your time and energy on that disgusting fucking bottle of poop water?
It didn't smell like fish.
It still does
honestly,
not smell as good as the one you had from Sugar Kitty.
The Still Austin one?
Yeah, that smells way better.
Which one was it?
I think it was this one.
No, it was this one.
Yeah, this smells fantastic.
Yeah, that glass does smell a little funky, but okay. Let's go ahead and
it's
smell
got
it.
your logo on it, so it knows it doesn't have to be that good at whiskey.
Okay. So this is actually cast strength at 108 proof.
Can you go to Bino's comment? Because I think it's really funny.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so Ryan Reynolds is behind Aviation Gin. I didn't know that. Yes, he is. And he drinks gin. But he's not necessarily a nerd about it. Sugar says, you know how I say bye, bye, bye? McAllen is a pass, pass, pass. Okay, well, now I know. I never buy Four Roses, or never buy it, but Four Roses is pretty freaking nice. It is. I do like Four Roses products. Bino says I always wanted to try Four Roses.
So I think that's funny because last time we saw Bino, he goes, "Oh, I've always wanted to try J. Henry." And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like he's secretly just saying, "Oh, I've always wanted to try that." And
well, maybe he
we're
has.
gonna end up bringing him some bottles of it, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, this is so good." And then he's slowly just gonna drink all of our whiskey.
Yeah. Casey says, I'll tell you what, the cellar age is just so delightful. Well, Casey, hashtag screw you. I would love to taste it. But you can always bring it on next week's live stream, and we'll crack open a bunch of these really good bottles, and then we'll see how it compares. Okay, on the nose. This does smell very good. It's slightly less pungent as the Still Austin pick. Just a little lower proof. A little bit more delicate, I'd say. Definitely getting a little bit of like a fruitiness, a vanilla-esque, like a vanilla frosting and fruit flavors. Maybe like red raspberries or cherries. I also want to say there's a good caramely note in here as well. Very much a caramel bomb.
That smells as good as the other one.
Well, that's your preference. Let's get on the palate. I just gotta drink it.
Maybe what I want to do is I want to take a little sip of this one and a little sip of this one and tell you which one I like better. Yeah?
Yeah, when we get to those.
What is wrong with you? Why can't I start now?
Okay. This is good. However, I don't think this holds a candle to those other two bottles. Like I said, I've tasted those two bottles already, and I don't think this one stands up to it. I mean, this is a neck pour, first time being opened, and things do change, that's for sure. But I feel like almost the mouthfeel could be a little bit more viscous. It seems not necessarily watery, but it does seem a little thin. On on the palate. The flavors are great though. It's got a good amount of spice, which I'm enjoying. Like a nice cinnamon spice and oak spice in there as well. I'm not sure what the age statement on this kind of bottle is. But I'll read some notes, or I'll read the back of the bottle the rest of the way after I get one more sip on it. Oh, I'm really enjoying the spice of that. It does. Toy like a toy guy. Toy like a toy guy. Insane in the membrane, bro. Peter White says I picked up a Spain Malt 2000 20-year cast strength Macallan for half the price of Macallan 18. Well, good to know. I'm glad I asked these people these things because I would never know that. She gave that whiskey the Lauren Stank eye. You're not wrong. She did turn her nose up to it.
You guys understand how just, and even like now, I tried smelling it out of here. It really doesn't like.
It doesn't do it for you, huh?
It's just not. It's giving me nothing but. Oh yeah, it's bourbon. Like it's not giving me anything.
I do think that this doesn't quite punch at the caliber of some of these other whiskeys.
I didn't taste it. Maybe it tastes better. Maybe it's just
one of those
that doesn't have a good nose.
Here, have a small sip.
I think I prefer a nose over the mouth.
I do enjoy a great nose. The palate's good of this one. But it's got that spice. It's got that like spicy.
It's okay.
Palate that some people like. But I personally like a little bit of a sweeter spicy.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm getting a little bit more fruit now in the nose as it's been sitting in the Glen for a little bit.
I could have traded that for a Maker's Mark Cellar's age.
I would probably, honestly, if I would have tasted this first, I would have traded it for a Maker's Mark Cellar age. But this is still really good. It's just
maybe it'll get better.
Yeah, there's so much hype behind this in particular bottle, and I know some people said this year's was hit or miss.
Well, it's a miss for me.
Miss for Lauren. Let's go ahead and read some of these notes off the back of the bottle. So it says aromas of allspice, vanilla, and elegant oak, mingle with a hint of cinnamon and clove on the nose. Which I agree with the vanilla, the allspice, and the oak. And honestly, yeah, it just seems like a medley of like spices, a little bit of vanilla. And there's no mention of fruits in here on the nose, but it does say rich layers of honey, vanilla, and rye spice are balanced with the flavors of ripe berries and pear that unfolds and dissolve into the long, mellow finish. So, yeah, absolutely, I can see that. The honey is probably a pretty good note. I always struggle to pick up honey, but the vanilla and rye spice, absolutely, I can get behind that. Does seem very spicy with a good bit of some ripe berries in there. Yeah, okay. The result is a soft, smooth, and characteristically shareable. So this is bottle number 7,426 out of 15,060. So that being said, not bad.
Not good though.
Well, so it's going to open up. I'm still doing my end of the year top 25 list. Actually, I'm probably going to do a top 10 video, but I will put out a top 25 list to share with you guys. It's just that last year when I did a top 25 list, I had people, like, whenever I would comment, like, oh, this bottle took, like, number 15 of my top 25 of last year, and people were just like, number 15? That's so bad. And I'm like, number 15 out of like every single whiskey that I got in the entire year. So, but people didn't understand that. But that being said,
maybe can we release them just for our members?
Yeah, I could probably do that. I'll probably just record like some videos and have like a members sharing of me doing all the blind tasting of all this stuff. But I feel like the more that this is opening up, the better the nose is getting.
No.
I feel like the vanilla is coming through a little bit more on the nose. And it does smell very nice. Last sip. Let's get it. Yeah, it's just, it's got that spice in it that's really nice.
It's just nothing special. It's not what you expect out of
Yeah, it just, I
a limited edition thing that you had to enter a raffle for, and that you got super excited for. Like, I was really expecting like more.
Me too, but I'm not gonna say I'm surprised that A's kind of Four Roses palette is more on the spicy side of things.
I don't like regular Four Roses.
Yeah, so it's not bad whiskey. It's just maybe not our palates in particular.
It's just not worth it.
And I do like it. I'm curious to see how that will hold up in the end of the year blind. But we'll set that off to the side over there. And I'm going to cleanse my palate now before I get into the next one, which is going to be the Elijah Craig. Before we switch to a rye, we'll keep on the bourbon train and pull out the Elijah Craig C923. But soap in the Glen. Yeah, I don't know. They weren't dried, but they had been sitting on the counter for a bit, so that it means that the water has kind of been sitting in it. The rest of them I cleaned and dried at the same time, like I normally always do. For some reason, I didn't dry those ones after I washed them. So either way, it was booty juice.
It's right. That's what it fucking tasted like. It's disgusting.
Chris Tass says, so Glens have not been cleaned in a couple of weeks. Will have some strange smells. Maybe Holden needs to clean his glasses straight after drinks.
Yeah, not wait for them to sit on the counter for 3 days.
Listen, I clean my glasses pretty good. I always put water in them. If I don't clean them right away, I put water in them so that the whiskey and anything doesn't like taint the smell of the glass, and doesn't dry to it. And the only problem is they start to smell when you don't dry them. So if you wash them and then just leave them there without drying them,
didn't dry them.
I don't know. Normally I do, but I didn't. I probably ran out of time or something like that. But booty juice. Are you sure you didn't buy Macallan? Me and this Macallan just getting gypped. Holden needs to buy a $3,000 Glen cleaner now. I want the ones that you just like.
What is happening?
The ones with like the spinning brush that you use at Station 1 that you put the glass over and it just kind of like scrubs it out. Bad X Bobby's here says what peeps cheer what peeps. Cheers everyone. Hey, cheers to you, man. Thanks for coming in.
Right when we were talking about booty
probably
juice.
right when we were talking shit about the Four Roses. But because I'm behind on the holy crap.
You're always behind the comments. This is nothing new. Not
okay.
a surprise.
Actually, my spay malt is a 21-year-old cast strength Mac. Mac. I don't know what Mac means, to be fair. Oh, Macallan. Duh. Duh. But Northwest Bourbon is in the chat. Cheers to you, man. How you doing tonight? Joe Dickinson, it's Dickens, says, just start now, Lauren. You don't need his permission.
Yeah, that's fucking right. Why can't I drink it? Why can't you just drink it when you're ready?
I just want to pour it and do all that.
A glass.
It's Dickens.
You know what? I don't need to wait for you. I have 2 shot glasses right here.
I will take it off your hands, Holden. Well, don't get me wrong. I don't want to give it away. But do not pour that in a shot glass.
What does this look like? The place where Lauren doesn't run the show?
Okay, looks like I'm not drinking the Elijah Craig after all.
You don't drink the Elijah Craig.
No, I don't want those to sit in the glass.
These are for me. I just told you I was going to see what
you're going to drink 2 glasses of 130 proof whiskey.
Sips. I tried putting it in those cups and you didn't like it. I'm not going to fill it to the top.
I know, but I just didn't want to pour it twice. I was just going to pour it, and then when I was drinking them, you were going to drink them too.
Zip your mouth. What is wrong with you? The people came here to watch me drink bourbon. Look, you're scaring Murtaugh.
Peter White says, not sure I would do a flight like this and had the 4 Roses 135 fourth after 3 other powerhouse pours. To be fair, that's why I did it first. So that's something to be said. I don't think it could hit up to those, obviously. The other ones I drank.
I poured.
Nice.
And you yelled at me.
The other ones I would drink, or I drank.
It's a little goofy looking, so I'm just gonna let it sit.
The cork?
Don't tip it. It looked like it was gonna break.
Well, you can just tip it like this.
Uh-oh. I think this glass is the same.
Which one is this? The bourbon?
That's this one.
Oh, no.
This one smells fine.
Yeah, this is a rye.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell like anything. But is it just because I don't have
No,
enough
it smells like rye.
I don't have enough in there?
Probably not. You can pour normal size pours. I'll just drink them right away.
Drink your stupid Elijah Craig.
No, I'll do that last.
such a
Hanging Easy says, I know a
complainer.
guy in Australia who will dispose of any unwanted bottles for a modest fee. Well, I don't want to dispose of anything. I also know a guy in New Jersey in the bottle disposal business. Forgot about that. Yeah, well, I'm a bottle disposing business. I'll gladly dispose of people's bottles. Current Reddit ratings on what you are thinking. Current rankings: Four Roses LE over Maker's Mark over M10 Bourbon over Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. Really? People like the Four Roses LE that much? It's good, but I can't help but feel like I want more out of it. I don't know what it is. I would agree with that, Peter, says Mark. See, another one. People are really disagreeing on the fact that I don't like that Four Roses as much, but I don't know. I guess it is personal preference and palate preference. Disposal address available on request. Hey, just send them to me. I'll drink them. I had a pour of Bullet Barrel Strength last night. Now, that was an underrated high proofer. I agree. Bullet, Barrel Strength and the 10-year bullets are both very good. Get that Four Roses out of Lauren's face. Rejected. You just bring that Four Roses LE through to Hamilton. We'll work out something.
Wait, was Hamilton above or below Toronto? Wait, is Toronto the state thing, the province, or is Toronto a city?
Toronto's a city.
Yes. And Hamilton was lower, and because it was closer to Buffalo. That's
something like that.
Yeah.
Derek says I have moved down to High West High Country Single Malt. That's
Maybe
a good
had
bottle.
too much tonight, old man.
Hey, don't be calling him old. Lauren, you can be like Lil. You don't need Holden's permission to open any bottle.
He had the cups over there on his side. That was
Yeah.
my only problem.
Hey, Casey says, so how's the 135 Holden? I'm spot watching because I'm busy. A little disappointing, but not bad. It's just not quite my palate. Seems a little thin on the palate, and it's a very spice-forward whiskey. It's good. I think it'll still place good in the top 25, but I don't think it can touch the Elijah Craig or the Parker's Heritage, which I haven't drank yet on live. But, you know, it is what it is. Holden's fine shot glasses were made for whiskey. You're not wrong. They were.
That's a complainer.
I just didn't want to, because I know she wasn't going to drink the whole thing, so I wanted to pour it into these.
I wasn't going to pour a full shot.
I know, but I just wanted to drink them out of these, and I figured we would share as, a couple. Gosh.
Who the fuck said we're
Bino wants shots, though. If you're going to New York, you're passing close enough.
It must be almost Bino's bedtime then.
Just drink from the bottle. That's the only way he learned. I wouldn't have cared if she drank from the bottle. I drink from the bottle. Yeah. I drink from the bottle like
I like this one better.
Like I'm suckling on the teat.
That's
the
not
bourbon,
bad.
right?
I don't dislike it.
That's the bourbon?
But this is like 14,000 times better.
Yeah. That's because I think, honest to God, that is just your preference between bourbon and rye. Ryes are harder to like.
I like when they taste like raisins.
Yep.
Which does taste like raisins. And I also like when they have a very strong
oak
brown
presence.
sugar.
Brown sugar. She likes that like brown sugar, chocolate, oak stuff.
Yeah.
I heard this is one of those years where you let it sit and it gets better. Oh, good. Well, then I will.
Bring it back later.
I'll open it up and I'll when I'm doing the end of the year blind, I'll let it kind of sit open in the glass for a little bit. Nobody likes to admit when they buy a clunker bottle. That's true. That is true, but I don't think it's a clunker. I do like it. Holden, we should do a bourbon of the year blind next week. I'll bring the Cellar Age and the newer Magnus. Well, I told you that you should bring the Cellar Age, but you weren't watching, bruh. We can do something similar. It's not going to be the whiskey of the year blind because I have a specific format that I'm doing for that, and I don't have 20 Glencairns to do because I do 10 at a time. Kind of hard to do on a live stream. Now I'm concerned about the samples I want on the 1,000K subs live stream. Do Holden drink from the bottles before pouring the samples? No, probably not. I drink from some bottles.
He just licked the outside rim of the sample bottle before he sent it.
Yeah, when I poured the samples, it drips down the side, so and then I kind of go on and then I clean it off good, and then I put the caps on for you. Just kidding. I honestly don't drink out of the bottle that often, but I do sometimes. So that's.
I don't think I've ever seen you drink out of the bottle of anything except
not recently.
For an Elijah Craig barrel proof. I think that's the only time.
And it's only like whatever I'm like. Honestly, I did a lot more when I had like 10 bottles on the shelf, and like I just kind of wanted a nip when I was first starting up. But now it's like I can't just come in here and
Drinking
grab a
is
bottle.
like
You know, I'm happy to admit it, but I'm happy to admit I buy something bad. I don't care a bit to spread the word on how bad things are. Yeah, I agree. I'm actually kind of glad that I don't love the Four Roses because I feel like sometimes I like things too much that I'm too afraid to give a bad review. But that just proves that I don't. Like, I'll gladly say that's not my favorite LE that I bought this year, and I don't think it's winning any awards for me. I don't think it's bad though. I just don't. I don't think. I'm not mad that I got it, but I would have rather something else, I think. But that being said, we have the Parker's Heritage Bourbon in this Glen and the Parker's Heritage Rye in that Glen. The Parker's Heritage Rye is a 10-year-old rye. It is 64.4% alcohol.
Now this one smells really
It's
good.
128.8 proof. It's 10 years old. I think I said that. And yeah, there you guys go. Look at that sexy bottle. Honestly, I have always loved the Parker's Heritage from last year, and I really wanted one this year. And the one that I got this year didn't disappoint. This is the rye, right?
The rye's in the Joe glass.
Okay. Okay, so right away, you can tell that there's an amazing oak presence in the rye. It does have that sweet desserty-esque-ness of it. I want to say there's a big, huge caramel bomb on it. With a little bit of herbaceousness, a light herbaceousness. It's nothing obnoxious. Honestly, I would feel like this is a barely legal rye or like a high rye bourbon. It's got a lot of bourbon-esque notes, and I think part of that is it being cast strength and 10 years old. I feel like that oak presence is providing a great amount of sweetness in it. On the nose, I think maybe a little bit of like a fruity note I can't quite place, but I'm going to get it on the palate now.
Yummy.
It is. It's really good. Man, I'm glad I own that bottle. So, on the palate, up front, that light caramel, maybe a little bit of like man, it's hard to pinpoint it. Maybe a little bit of like a maple syrupy vibe, honestly, kind of on the palate there, and a great oak on the palate, on the finish, I should say. Oh, a lot of really good things I'm liking about this. One sip's not good enough. Going in for round two.
Round two. I feel like Joe hasn't been on here as much lately.
I know, Joe. What the
He
heck?
hasn't been commenting as much.
He's been commenting on every advent calendar video, though. So
has he?
I appreciate that a lot.
Good. To be fair, I mean,
it is. Yeah, a lot of it is the whiskey he's in.
I'm excited for the last one.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh, it seems like there's a lot going on in it, but I'm really having trouble pinpointing a lot of things. I feel like there's a light honey sweetness note on the nose. Into the palate, it kind of goes with a little bit of like some kind of fruit that I can't quite place my finger on. I'm gonna see if the bottle actually has any. The first time I drank this, I was kind of just sitting around with my dad, my brother, and I didn't do much of a tasting. But this does say nothing.
Does it say it in this little thing?
I don't think so. That is kind of the story of Parker Heritage and his ALS stuff and how a portion of the proceeds goes to ALS. But
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's why it's so expensive.
Well, that's okay then.
I'm just kidding. It's expensive because it's effing worth it. Chris Tatt said, so I left the Knob Creek 18 with Kathy Joe from Winona Whiskey as we have a bottle and they had not tried it. Hey, that's okay. It was your whiskey to do whatever you wanted with it. So if you wanted to give it to them, that's more than fine. I'm glad that they could, that they're able to get to taste it and try it. I love that bottle, so it's really good. Casey says, well, yeah, I know, but just like 6 bottle blind with some big hitters and rank them. Yeah, I'm down for that. We'll absolutely do that.
Okay, you have to drive home after next week. You know that, right?
He'll be on a struggle bus all the way home. Chris Tass says still favorite Parker's. It was 27 year, which I picked up at the distillery in 2010.
Where is the distillery?
It's Heaven Hill.
Oh.
So, Kentucky. Same place that Elijah Craig and all that kind of stuff's from.
One day, hopefully.
One day, yeah. Gosh, it is good though. I didn't know they had a 27 year though. I wish I had picked up more bottles of 27
2010, you
year.
were 10 years old.
I know, but like 27 years is a long time. Is that a bourbon? Because that's got to be an oaky ass bourbon. Hagen says I was able to revisit the Larceny C923. Was able to get past the ethanol and tannin. Nice dark fruit and chocolate. Oh, I'm glad, man. I was really hoping that you could get past that stuff. I like that bottle. It's a good bottle. Dark fruit and chocolate are absolutely great notes for it. I'm glad you were able to revisit it and enjoy it a little bit better.
Joe's coming at us.
Speaking of Advent, you never explained the goal. How many points and what's the prize / punishment? I never explained it because
we're going to do a giveaway.
We're doing a giveaway regardless.
Crossing our fingers.
I think if I get a certain amount of points, I will do the giveaway for free. And if I don't get that many points, then I'll still do a giveaway, but it'll be like a super chat to enter type of deal. And then I think for
just preemptively, the giveaway will be on the 26th, the day of Kwanzaa.
Yeah. So I honestly, Joe, the reason why I hadn't done that yet is because I was sick the week before the Advent started, and this year I said that I was going to pre-record stuff and that it wasn't going to be like last year where I was recording every day.
Took way too long to order our sweaters, so they didn't come in until the week before Thanksgiving, and then we were busy, and then he got sick, and we were dying.
Next thing you know, it's November 29th, and we were recording our first Advent calendar video, and I didn't have time to prep or do anything. And honestly, I feel like I've just been not able to prep or do anything for the entire Advent calendar, apart from drinking the whiskey and having a good time with it. But I will try to make it clear one of these upcoming days. I'll try to think about that for next time we record Advent calendar. Yeah, basically there's going to be a giveaway. It's either going to be free or you guys are going to have to pay for it.
How about this? Why don't you guys list some ideas of punishments right now?
Why does it have to be just punishments?
Because prizes are easy to come up with, okay?
Are they?
So you guys list some punishments and we will weigh our options and we'll decide on what the punishment's going to be. And we're not going to pick the easy one because I'm going to be the one picking it. And I like to see Holden suffer. It's my love language.
Okay. Wow. Matt Parker's Heritage is really good. I'm really glad that I got a bottle of it. Can you do me a favor and look up a review of this Parker's Heritage rye? I just need some help with the notes because for some reason I'm really having trouble placing all these notes in here. Apart from like the great oak aspect, proof is coming through. There's absolutely a good amount of clove spice in there. I think good spice there, especially in the palate and in the finish. Warm Kentucky hug all the way down. Really enjoying it, but it doesn't seem like it has too many rye forward notes in it, as compared to other ryes that I've had. Chris says you guys will have to come to Bourbon on the Banks in Kentucky early October. Should be about 40 of us there next year. Yeah, where? I mean, I'm down. I'm always down.
Okay, first of all, where is this PTO coming from? I want to know. I need to know where this magic PTO is coming from, Holden.
I know. Hey, well, you know what? Maybe it's just a weekend thing.
I think I'm going to have 3 extra days after Casey and Tay's wedding. I think I'll have 3 days for from May until December. Anyway.
I don't know how much
I have some answers to the question.
Okay, so Parker's Heritage rye. I'm going to pour a little bit more in the blend because I did finish it.
The color is cherry wood.
Okay.
The nose is spice forward with a rich fruity sweetness.
Spice forward with a rich fruity sweetness.
The taste is
I can get that.
Black cherries mixed with honey, cinnamon, and clove.
Honey, cinnamon, clove. Did I not say honey, cinnamon, and clove?
I wasn't listening.
I feel like I did. I didn't say cherry though, but to be fair.
And then the finish is plentiful spice with notes of cherry.
Plentiful spice with notes of cherry. No mention of oak in there at all, huh?
Nope.
That's interesting.
It has all the old. Look at it. Has all of the old ones on here.
Oh yeah. But I will tell you guys, this, even the notes she listed off, apart from the spice, this is very like bourbon forward rye. I'd be curious on what the mash bill is of this. Do you know? Can you find a mash bill maybe? if they say it. I feel like this has got to be a barely legal rye, or like a 51% rye. I'm not sure. Lauren always goes for the stick, forgets the carrot. That's true. She does do that. Lauren gets to drink all the high-end bourbons in front of Holden while he has to drink beer, or drink Beam 8-star. What's Beam 8-star? Is that just normal Beam? Because I like normal Beam.
Use our traditional rye Nashville, 51% rye,
Yep.
35% corn, and 14% malted.
Called it. Yeah, absolutely. It tastes, and it's good. Honestly, that's a wonderful rye. Probably my favorite. I can't even lie. It's probably my favorite rye. Hot mustard mixed with Malort. That's going to be if I get...
Right here, 27 year and 2008.
Wow. That's crazy. He said it was 2010, though.
Well, maybe he got it wrong.
Lauren says the 27 year was in 2008, according to Heaven Hill's website. And
2010
Joe
was a 10-year-old wheated mash.
We can do. Joe says hot mustard with Malort, but we could do beaver mustard.
No, my dad got beaver horseradish.
Ew. No. We will add that, but I think I'm already past the point of that one because that would probably be in the low tier, and I'm already at like 20 some points. I think. We can't spoil it because they haven't seen tomorrow's or the next day's video yet. Joe says hot mustard mixed with Malort. Oh wait, I read that.
You already said that. Don't act so fucking surprised.
I know. I'm like in my zone. Chris Tack says
in Australia because this is what we normally do.
Oh, sorry, that is too mean of a punishment. Well, I've never had Beam 8-star unless it's a normal Beam, so I wouldn't know. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's the one who said that. No, you need to go to PITP, Pours in the Park. I will probably go to Pours in the Park next year. Or, well, I want to.
It's on a weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can do a weekend.
Yeah, and that's in Michigan.
Yeah.
So it's like a ferry across, and then...
Where in Michigan?
Like, middle of Michigan.
The ferry's in Sheboygan, I believe.
Yeah.
It's an hour from
Baking spices and cherry does not sound that different. Yeah. It's good. I like it. That sucks, Lauren. No wonder you Americans get so upset with that little leave compared to my 7 weeks a year.
Yeah. I get 3 weeks, which is pretty good for someone who's only been at a company for a year and a half.
I get 2 weeks, but I'm allowed to carry over.
I can carry over 24 hours. Holden can carry over anything. So I carried over like 100 hours from last year.
Yeah, I still have 100 hours. I still have about 100 hours left this year. So I can carry that over to next year, and I'd have 180 hours. Then I'd have enough time.
Are you going to go without me, you asshole?
No. Okay. Hit the like, guys. Only 2 likes, really? Yeah, guys. What the frick? Hit the like button. Lick the like and like the lick. Casey's on board with the beaver mustard idea. Haney Z says beaver mustard is the bomb. Chris Tass says, yes, I picked up in 2010 as you lot were not buying high-end bourbons until 2012. That's a fair point. The whiskey community did not always be the way it is today. So, Beam 8 stars dishwater at $8 a bottle at CVS. Okay. From that. Well, if that's what you want.
I don't want to waste my money on this. Okay.
$8. What's
$8 hard-earned dollars, you asshole.
Johnny Smoking Gun. If you send me a sample of Johnny Smoking Gun, no matter how many points I get, I'll drink it as my punishment or whatever it is. I am curious. The real fish juice is Johnny Smoking Gun. Okay, so the bourbon, so much darker and sweeter.
Drink a whole jar of clam juice. Would you like that?
I don't think I'd like any clam juice. This double oak bourbon has so much more oak than the rye does, and that's obvious. You'd expect that for a 15-year-old and 13-year-old bourbon, and then double oak. Maybe, but I can tell you one thing. It's got that like chocolate note, that wonderful chocolatey little bit of like a maple syrup, boozy maple syrup, really high proof, which I like, but not drinking super high proof. Great notes. If I was going to compare them, A, B them, that rye is almost bringing me new life here. I'm not saying I like the rye better, but I can say that this rye is really doing something for me. My local Walmart has a metric shit ton of Dickel 8-year waiting to go on clearance, and I will buy 10. That's the way to do it. I don't mind Dickel 8-year. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
It's that one down there. My God. Chris Tass says for $8, a punishment bottle for Holden is great value. That's true.
What are we gonna make him drink the whole thing?
Yeah, get me Liddy Kitty.
I don't want to be dealing with that.
Casey says, Holden, would you rather you got the Blantons over the Four Roses LE? No. They were selling Blanton's Gold at $200. No thanks. SRP is closer to $100.
Mm-hmm. There's a wet nose touching my belly.
Honestly, I probably would like the Elijah Craig 18 better than the Four Roses, but I'd rather get the Four Roses so that way next year when the Four Roses comes out, I don't try to break my back looking for it. If I see it, maybe I'd buy it, but I don't think I need to actively search for that particular bottle next year.
Me and Joe should get together and plan your demise. Because he's just so funny.
Joe says, I don't understand how you can be past punishment. Either you win or get punished. How can I win? By being perfect?
Far from that.
Far from perfect, that's for sure. I haven't been doing too bad though. Even though I don't know what the bottles are, I've been calling out some serious bottle names.
Holden.
What?
This is not a good list of numbers.
Okay, but I'm also doing double blinds of things I've never tasted before in my life, and I'm still name calling some of the things. So I'd say that's pretty good. I don't own JSG, but I drank it once and got possessed on live stream on the Shelf Turds. True. No, a pour each time he misbehaves. True, he may have to drink the whole bottle at a time then. I'm a pretty misbehaving guy, that's for damn sure. You have had 25 milliliters of the Four Roses LE.
That's how much you've had already? Thirsty bitch.
That's true. Half an ounce, roughly. Hanging Z says, we have learned that Holden is not a tater by now. Was not sure at first with all the Brothers Bond fancy antics. Hey, I will stand by the fact that Brothers Bond tastes effing amazing. And honestly, it's been a while since I've drank it, and I might not drink it right now, but I still love Brothers Bond. I do. I like it a lot. Don't judge me, Hanging AZ. Come on now. He is doing good. He got the one he drank twice right. Yeah.
What happened?
I got the one I drank twice right.
Wow.
Frickin' Powers, John's Lane.
So proud of you.
That Parker's Hard to Dry is out of this world. So good. Makes literally my mouth do so many happy dances. Oh, man. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Just kidding. Why would you guys want to see EC 923 over those two magnificent bottles? But guess what? EC C923 could very well be better than those two bottles. I can tell you right now, I think it's better than Four Roses. But so far, I've only had one sip of it. So let's get it in the Glencairn and see what Holden really thinks. What are you doing?
I'm looking up some information.
Some informative information. Just so you know, being 8 stars, one of the worst whiskeys I've ever had. Then I'm actually really curious on trying it. I don't know if I've seen it in stores before, but I'll look for it next time I'm in the store. $8. Who cares to spend $8? Why I don't buy a Quick Trip sandwich once? You know. Sugar says, take the punishment bottle and put it in Chateau Bow Wow. Make him drink each time he's there. You hear that?
You're a dirty boy, aren't you?
What? Were you listening to me at all? Okay.
No.
Sugar said we gotta put the bad bottle in Chateau Bow Wow, and then every time it gets sent there, I have to drink it.
You're gonna be drunk every day.
I respect that you stand by the Brothers Bond. We like what we like. I'm just surprised that you don't like it, Hanging AZ. And to be fair, the Brothers Bond cast strength is 10 million times better than the 80 proof. But for 80 proof whiskey, I would take Brothers Bond at 80 proof over Jack Daniels at 80 proof. Bold statement, but it's true. I respect that. Oh wait, I read that one already. How about 4 queens or fleshmans for punishment? Never heard of 4 queens, but I don't want fleshmans. That's for damn sure. I did not come to the conclusion that still awesome cast strength Shelfer sucked until 3 months of trying it. Yeah, so the only still awesome cast strength I've had is the 21090 pick, and it was really good. So I actually couldn't tell you how bad the Shelfers are, but I can tell you that I've never gotten a single barrel pick of it. So I'll make sure that if I ever get one, that I make sure it's a single barrel. Chris Taft says, yeah, we picked up 2 bottles of Parker's Rye 10-year from the distillery into September. We cracked, I don't know why he had wee caps, but we cracked one while we were at a friend's house, and it was really good. Yeah, I know. It's freaking fantastic. Hagen says, you never tried it, Holden, so I'm just messing with you. Oh, I never tried it, he says. Oh, well. My bleeding heart. Hanging easy. I think you should try it, though. Seriously, I like Brothers Bond a lot, and I'll continue to like it. What are you looking?
I'm not booking anything. It's just won't let me.
Are you looking for Chicago?
Why would I look for Chicago?
Maybe you want to go back to Chicago.
Well, everyone does.
Oh, my goodness. There's this.
What's that?
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof has no business being this good. It bothers me because the reason this bothers me so much is people hyped up this bottle so much. Everyone was talking about Elijah Craig C923, and I'm like, okay, I've had every Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batch since C921, and they're good, but like, how much better can this one batch be? So much better. Like, I should pull out a sample of C920 and do a side-by-side because it's like some of the best Elijah Craig Barrel Proof I've ever had. It is Elijah Craig best barrel proof I ever had. The nose is just rich and viscous, and it's got that fruit aspect and that like sweet candied oak, but like and a nice spice and a nutmeg in there, and like the nutty note is just a hint of it, which is really nice, and it's got red fruit and spices and everything that you ever want in your mouth. It's just the best fruit medley ever. Now I'm gonna taste it.
Yeah. You're going to taste it.
It doesn't even drink at 133 proof, which it's at. It just drinks at the same, like 125, 128 proof that other ones are. And the flavors of it are so good. Not over oaked, but it's got that oak aspect that I love. Chocolate and slight, like dusty peanut. Very slight on the dusty peanut, maybe even closer to a nutmeg. But it's got that cherry raspberry kind of 3 fruit medley that you would expect from Elijah Craig. It's got just like everything. It's got everything. It just isn't missing anything. And it bothers me. I did not want it to be this good. 4 Queens is a blended bourbon, neutral grain spirits mixed with real bourbon. Ew. Gross. Chris Hatt says if you come to Kentucky when we are over, we can pull some other old picks I have bunkered from the last 8 years. I will never say no to that. That sounds like an absolutely hell of a time. Hanging says I would rather drink Kesslers if I'm bedding down that low to grab a bottle, kitty. Yeah, I'll drink Kesslers over that, it sounds like, too. Derek says I'm very disappointed in your statement about Jack Daniels. I'm only talking about the 80 proofer. I love Jack Daniels. Just that the 80 proof Jack Daniels, I think it's 80 proof. I think it's good, but I think it can probably compare to the Brothers Bond. Maybe I'll have to put them all in a blind one day. I don't even own a bottle of 80 proof Jack Daniels, but Chris Tatt says I hate my iPad Magic keyboard. I have a few keys playing up. That's okay. I understand you. I see what you're doing. My point was the Four Roses 125th Fred Minnick's bourbon of the century did not become the legend it was until nearly 1 year opened. Really? Interesting. I didn't even realize that was a thing. So that was 10 years ago? Jeez.
What happened 10 years ago?
The Four Roses 125th anniversary, apparently, Fred Minnick put as his bourbon of the century. But apparently, it wasn't Bourbon of the Century until it was open for a year.
Okay, but how was it Bourbon of the Century when this dude wasn't even alive for a century?
Who?
Fred Minnick.
Fred Minnick is...
So how can he know? What if there was a bourbon in 1901 that was better?
He's tasted just about everything ever.
I don't believe it.
And I don't know if the Bourbon of the Century thing was
Sounds like
literal.
he's gonna have some
I
serious
think that
liver problems.
I think that Peter was making a blanket statement, as in like it's very good. And as he says, I still need to grab a Jack Bonded rye. I haven't got any of the Jack Bonded series yet, but actually I don't even know if I tried your dad's, and he has all of them.
He has all of them?
Well, he has the bonded rye and the bonded bourbon.
He has a problem too.
Jack Daniels is a perfect whiskey to mix with Coke. You're not wrong. Jack and Cokes are good. Fred has to be around 50.
So that's a bi-century.
Bi-century, yeah. No, biannual would be twice a year.
Okay.
So half century.
Bicentennial.
It would be a half century. Wrong century 2000s is what he named it. Oh. Well, probably so far.
For the next
Fred's a youngin.
57
Fred's
years.
a youngin. He's a youngin.
You're gonna get your ass kicked after this.
Are you a youngin?
I don't know. I need a snack.
I'll tell you what. I think you are really gonna like this Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. That's probably the closest to the Woodford and that Parker's out of all the whiskeys I have on my shelf. Can confirm.
It's wrong.
It is a little strong. It's 133 proof, but that's the same proof as as this one.
Yeah, but that one goes down nicer.
So you didn't like that?
It's just too strong.
What do you think about the nose?
I don't know. It just burned my nose. I need a snack.
What kind of snack are you gonna get?
The one that you give me.
And that's the end of the live stream. See you guys tomorrow. Just kidding.
Okay. I meant like you were gonna go get me a snack.
Yeah, what do you want? We don't have snacks.
We have Rice Krispie treats.
Entertain the people.
Hello. I don't know what to say. I'm confused because I wasn't listening to what we were talking about. Holden takes a long time to do things, guys. He's been upsetting me.
I'm upsetting you?
That's a big ass Rice Krispie treat. What
Yeah, so what?
There's a hair on it. How'd you get a hair on it already?
Because you're a hairy person.
What the fuck does that mean?
You have so much hair. Okay, so we didn't even tell them what we did this weekend. So we went to a costume
I don't have any
party.
pictures of it, so it doesn't matter.
Actually, I think they posted the video on Hobnob.
What's a hobnob?
It's the app that they use for sending out the invites and stuff. But
That literally sounds so sexual and disgusting.
Hobnob.
Sounds like I'm gonna slob on your knob.
Slob on my knob, like corn on a cob. Do with me and do the job. Money in
Okay. That is enough.
Okay, so Fred is younger than me, 45, says Joe Dickinson.
Well, that means that Joe has had 5 years more of bourbon than he has.
Yeah, and he says he just looks like an older. I guess he just looks older with the ascot. That's true. Him and his ascot.
Like Fred Flintstone.
Yep.
I mean, what's his name?
Fred.
What's his last name?
I don't know if they say his last name.
Fred from Scooby Doo.
Fred Do. Chris Tass said you need to talk Bourbon Baller Lee T and get his ECB P picks. I have his 141, 139, 135 proof picks, which are fantastic. That seems like a lot of fire, but that also does seem good. So can confirm that's probably really good. Man, I don't know if they posted the. Yeah, they didn't post any videos or anything yet. So, but basically, we went to a holiday party and it was themed, right? And the theme of the party was nerds, like nerdy people. And Lauren and I went as
Nick Candy.
nerds. Like she was a giant nerd box, and I wore a purple morph suit stuffed with balloons, so that I looked all bumpy and purple like a nerd. And that was our costume. So. It went over pretty well. It was really funny, and so we made these nerd Rice Krispie treats. The people can't see it. Let me. So it's a normal Rice Krispie treat, but it's got nerds in it. I don't know. It's kind of fun. And actually, it's surprisingly good in a weird way. Like it's sour, kind of like nerds. It's a little bit tart, but like sweet because of the marshmallow. I don't know. I like them, to be honest. I ate a lot of them. Fred from Scooby Doo. Yes, Fred from Scooby Doo. Fred Flintstone, the master blender of Tickle. Peter, that was a good one. I like that joke a lot. Fred from Scooby was Fred Jones. Oh, that's true. I feel like I remember that.
Box out to the garbage yet?
No.
Go grab it because they want to see.
Whiskey Uncensored says checking in for butt stuff. Well, you're gonna see some butt stuff very soon.
What the heck, guys? This is what you started. Colin's gonna get the nerd box. We don't have any pictures because we have issues when we forget to take pictures whenever we do anything. And also why we don't post any TikToks because we go places and forget to make the TikToks and then this is what happens.
I don't know how the heck you fit your arms through these tiny little armholes, but mine don't fit. Let me do a little spin for everyone. Ta-da! This was Lauren's costume. So I printed this out on the computer, and then
So I wore that around.
So Lauren wore this, and then I had a purple morph suit on, which if you guys don't know what that is, it's a giant onesie that's super stretchy and zips up from the back all the way over your face and head. So you just become one giant color. Mm-hmm. Like your body's just one full color. And I filled it with balloons, so I was all bumpy and stuff, and I looked like a nerd. So I was one of these guys. One of these guys right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go take this off now because
you need help?
I can't. Well, I can get out, but it's just I can't get my arms through the holes.
Be careful. Why would you even tilt it that way?
This thing's big.
I think I have to yell at him every time he does anything.
That's not fair.
Well.
Okay, but now you guys have seen my box. So that being said, I hope that was enough butt stuff for Mr. Bourbon Whiskey Uncensored. Where are the pics? We don't have them yet. We have a video because we always do a mannequin challenge at every one of these parties, and we do have a video that's coming. It's just that it's not on my phone, so we don't have it. Also, we never took any pictures together, like on my phone or your phone.
I know, we never do.
Yeah, but costume parties and not Halloween. No, it's because they're always like themed parties, not just costume parties. So it's like there's a food theme and a costume theme and just like a theme for the party so they can decorate it a certain way. It's just kind of like a holiday party, but more fun. And honestly, it's like one of my favorite parties of the year because who doesn't love being creative and having a themed party?
I kind of wish it wasn't during the holidays, but...
Yeah, if it was like just random throughout the year, that'd be cool too. But I'm not mad. I mean, it's a busy time of the year, but it's fun. It's always a good time. Until you get hungry because they only have buffalo meatballs and buffalo sucks. But, damn it, give me somebody at 135th. Well... I don't know if you watched earlier, man, but you might not want it because it's not that good. I mean, it's good. It is good. I'm lying, but it's just not my favorite. Chris Jenkins, feeling better, yes. Still coughing up stuff and sound like a frog. That's been going around. I had that 2 weeks ago. You guys do tons of theme parties in Wisconsin, to be fair.
Holden's family throws a ton of parties.
Who doesn't love a themed party?
Look, going to parties... like all the time is too much for me. I don't even like going out.
Okay, but if you're going to a party, wouldn't you want it to be themed?
No,
like
I agree
that's
with
just
that.
fun.
I like the funness of parties, but
yeah. Do you all have an entire costume room over there? Might as well. The thing is, gotta get creative with it. Otherwise, it's not like if you're not creative with it, it almost isn't worth doing. But Mr. Lopez is here, says you got a nice box, Holdy. Well, hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Howdy and cheers to the Bourbon Bar and all. Cheers to you, man. Like I said, thanks for being here. And thanks
Peter
for
White
appreciating my
saying
box.
He used to get laid in the 70s. How old is Peter White? I'm confused.
I used to go to I need to get laid parties in the 70s.
I used to go to I need to get laid parties in the 70s. So I'm so confused. I picture Peter White and he's like a 30-year-old.
I didn't know
I'm so confused.
I didn't know I need to get laid party was a thing. But yeah, I will buy the remaining 135th right now. $400. Casey said so. Apparently, secondary on that bottle is $450-ish for like the real Taters secondary. I don't like to do a lot of trading like that, but I don't think I would. Anyway, purple box. Woo! Woo! So, back to the Elijah Craig. It's effing good. But you know what? I did tell Joe that I was going to come back and revisit his 1792 Full Proof Single Barrel Select, which he said was one of his favorites. And I will do that right now.
Why did you not like it?
I thought it was 140 proof hazmat, is what I thought.
Oh, yes, you're right.
I thought it was light whiskey, which then they taught me that light whiskey, even though it's high proof, it actually tastes really sweet and simple. So it's not light whiskey. But now that I've warmed up with a bunch of high proof whiskeys, I feel like I can go back to that whiskey and actually get a fair tasting of it. Joe says I can get one way cheaper than $400. I know you can. I probably could have too. Well, I did, but I probably could have without winning a raffle. He was just saying that as in like there's a couple Wisconsin pages that allow you to trade and sell whiskey on the secondary market, and they're always charging some obnoxious price for whiskey, and they're always selling it like that. So it's odd, but it is how it is.
You don't have a good snap. No, I have a bad snap. Okay, nobody came here to watch you do this.
Okay, so we are going to get Joe's sample. This is from Advent Day number 10.
Don't ask. I don't
One of the
know.
Advent days. This is a 1792 full proof single barrel select. This is 125 proof, and the first time that I drank
from
it,
day 11.
the first time that I drank it, I said that it was 140 proof. Yeah, let's just finish that bad boy. So.
Why is he such a bad boy?
Because it's a bad boy. Let's go ahead and get on the nose. I did rinse out this Glencairn, so we are good there. And I rinsed out with fizzy water, too. Oh, that is 10 million times better than the first time I tried it. The first time I tried it was so punch me in the face with proof. This feels so much more similar to the one that I have. But honestly, a lot more like fruit. And I've said this note. I feel like I get this note a lot. But Pez. Like the Pez from a Pez dispenser. I feel like a good fruity Pez note in this one has got like that kind of like that like type of sweetness that makes your mouth cold, like when you eat pure sugar. But in a fruity way. So like a fruity Pez. A little bit of like a maple syrupy vibe and a little bit of like, I don't know, like a black cherryness. Very nice. Very nice. And see, coming off of all those, this is tasting like water on the way down. Not water, but you know what I mean. 10 million times better than what I thought. I still am standing by that Pez note. Like a fruit medley, very like making my mouth salivate. It's got a little bit of like a tartness in it, but not like tart as in like citrus tart, but tart as in like it feels like a Pez. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a confectioner.
Like a nerd kind of? Yeah,
like a nerd, like a confectioner, sweetener, fruity aspect, but it's very fruity still. Like it's still very fruity. But oak and chocolate at the same time as a very much a caramel bomb. I like this a lot. I wish this is what it would have tasted like the first time I drank it. And I know that the first time I drank it, it was the first whiskey of the day for me. I was coming off of drinking some wine, which was low proof,
And we ate
obviously.
really heavy dinner.
And we ate a really heavy. I don't know. It was just like a weird time. But right now, this tastes better than the Four Roses LE. Just saying. Oh man, it is really good. I gotta say, it's really, really good. So thank you for sending the sample. I appreciate that. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. Yes, please do like that. Subscribe, hit the button, join the channel, guys. We have 4.
No, it's gotta be more.
5 channel members.
A few.
We have 4 or 5 channel members now, and we would love to make it 6 or 7. So if a few of you guys wanted to join the Bourbon Bar channel, please feel free to do so, because that would help us out a lot, because you know how it is. You know how it is running a YouTube channel.
Just
it's never
imagine
easy.
if we ever had like 10,000 subscribers that like we'd probably go on our live stream and do everything, but we'd probably only answer the comments from these people.
Well, yeah, that's how it's really how it is. Like, you answer the comments from the people
and then
who have
none of
had
you
your
guys
back.
are members.
What the heck, guys?
Well, you know what? If you would just get on top of your shit, Joe would become a member.
I know if I just had a Bourbon Bar or a Lauren Show T-shirt made, we would have Joe as a member right now. I kind of got in a little bit of a rut there. Well, this busy ass time of the year, getting sick, holidays.
Okay, so let's put a
whatever.
deadline on this. Holden has to have 1 more shirt up for sale by the end of January.
Advent.
Okay.
Oh.
End of Advent is next week.
Yeah, you're right. January. For the new year, how about? That gives me 2 weeks to get someone
for the new year.
Design a shirt.
To design the Lauren Show shirt? What the
Yeah.
fuck are you gonna put on it?
Well, I'm just gonna make it an actual logo.
Ourselves? I don't want a logo. I want them. Then I get to create it.
If you want to create it, be my guest.
I don't know how.
Neither do I. That's why you hire a graphic designer from Fiverr.
I don't like graphic design. I think it looks weird.
Listen, it costs $10 to get a shirt logo made.
I like the fancy, like, just simplistic boom in your face. Not fucking shit with, like, cartoons and crap on it.
You realize that graphic designers don't just design...
The ones you were looking at, look at all their cartoony crap.
Because I was looking for emojis.
Why can't I just...
When you're getting someone...
Why can't my design just be good enough?
When you're getting someone to design a logo, it usually ends up looking like this, or like that, or like this. These are all the kinds of logos.
What are you saying about the logo I made for you? It's not good enough?
No, it's more than good enough. That's why I have it on my merch right now.
What merch? You have 4 cups made for special people and not for out in the world. Okay,
cups are the hardest thing that I've seen so far. I'm trying to get them to be an affordable price. But more shirts are coming. Rest assured. But yes, Chris Taft says, we'll have to head. That was hard for me to read for some reason. We'll have to have so much to get done around the house after being away for 11 days. Have a group of friends coming around on Friday night over here for some pre-Christmas drinks and dinner.
Ooh.
Well, man, thanks for being here and thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate you and all your comments that you do. I love talking to you. So hopefully I can come see you in
Did we ever
Kentucky.
figure out if his shirt fit him?
I don't know. Did your shirt fit you?
Well, he's gone now.
I don't know. He might be gone by now. But thanks and have a good night. Joe Dickinson said if you can't handle the 1792 foolproof, then you'll choke on a stag. Well, I have handled 1790 foolproof many times.
Well, you had stag, right?
And I did drink stag, and stag was a freaking amazing for me. I don't know why it tasted so good, but it did. 1792 foolproof is right there for me with Wild Turkey Rare Breed for how good it is versus the price. I can confirm that 1792 foolproof is top of the line. I love the foolproof. I've said that before, and I only have 1 bottle of it, and it's not a store pick. But this is really good, and I like this a lot. So there's that. How much for the couch? $300. I don't know what he's talking about. But the one I have for sale right now.
He's asking you about your couches every time he comes on.
One I have for sale right now, $300. It's not selling. I had it up for $6, and it's just been going down ever since. I only got it for $100 though, so anything's a profit. Lauren Show emoji.
Okay, you'll have to do that.
Well, the thing is, the Lauren Show logo, I can create into an emoji. I just gotta shrink it down, so that's fine.
You better get your dick on this. I want to see some good ass
Mr. Lopez says,
Bourbon.
where are the stickers with your faces on them? If you become a member, they do exist, Mr. Lopez. If any of the members who are here, which honestly,
My parents are probably still watching.
Chris Jenkins was here like 10 minutes ago. So, and Peter White is still here, I think, probably. So anyone who are members right now, if you guys want to put in a sticker so Mr. Lopez can go ahead and see that we do actually have some emojis and stickers made. We have some fun ones. Otherwise,
my dad's probably still
yeah, your dad's probably still here as well. So, if someone want to put them in and show Mr. Lopez what we're talking about with these stickers and emojis, would be my guess. Back to this 1792 foolproof. Muy bien. Very good. There it is. I'm going to click on it, but it doesn't say, that's not what they look like. You have to look in the chat. That's what they look like. But yes, we have an angry girl, a happy boy, a sad boy, and a laughing girl in there. Oh, so Mr. Lopez says...
Jacob RSVP to our wedding, and that's what he commented on the note section.
Can everyone see that?
I don't know.
Mr. Lopez says, I meant sticky stickers to put on things. Oh, I could sell some stickers. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Look at all our people coming in.
Wait.
We got Peter and your dad and Chris
and
Jenkins coming in with all these emojis. Yeah, he says like make stickers like that you can stick to things.
You can do it on Redbubble.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure you can probably do it on what do I use for my print on demand?
I don't know what the fuck.
Not Etsy. I have an Etsy account, but it's called Printify. Obviously, Printify.
All of them.
Yeah, they're so cool. Honestly, the stickers turned out, or the emojis turned out very well. I'm very happy with the emojis. But that being said, what do you say, Bubba? You think it's time that we would log off here, or
yeah, sure.
Or try to drink more whiskey?
We need to feed our dog.
We do need to feed our dog.
He's sitting down there so patiently. He deserves some food.
Joe, again, thank you for sending this sample. This is really good. I like that a lot. So, that being said, this Elijah Craig is going to sit with me the rest of the night. And I'm going to keep on drinking it, but thank you all for being here. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. And if you want to become a channel member, that helps us out more than anything, as you guys know. Mr. Lopez says chat stickers are funny. Well, Mr. Lopez, for I think just $2 a month on the lowest tier, you can $2 or $3. You can get yourself those stickers by becoming a member of the Bourbon Bar's YouTube channel. It doesn't necessarily always have it on the mobile app, but if you're on your computer, it's going to be right next to the subscribe button. You'll see a join button, and you get to choose your tier. Lots of different things to offer, but if you wanted to do that, go ahead, feel free. Also, guys, we do have Bourbon Bar merch. So if you guys wanted to buy some Bourbon Bar Christmas sweaters, that would be awesome too. Not a whole lot of sales so far, but you know what? It is what it is. That's the best part about print on demand is we aren't paying for them up front, which means that we don't need people to buy them. It's just super cool if they do because it helps us out. And it means that they're wearing and enjoying the Bourbon Bar merch. So that being said, get an auto feeder. What's an auto feeder? I don't know what an auto feeder is.
It just dispenses the food for him.
We can't do that.
He has food issues.
He's food motivated, so all of his training is done through food, and he never gets a free meal. We're always training him every meal.
That's not why we can't do it. It's because he scarfs down his food so freaking fast.
That's why I won't do it. But yes, long story short, he would literally eat until he was 500 pounds if we had an auto feeder. Even if it was one of the ones that are on a timer, I want to train him. Refrigerator magnets, whiskey bungs with the Bourbon Bar logo. That too, all good ideas.
I suggested Christmas ornaments. Like, Holden just not on top of this shit.
You know, it's not an easy task to get all that stuff set up so that people can just buy them.
Your second job, you were supposed to be able to get this shit done.
And I've been doing a lot of things, okay?
Sure.
I've been getting a lot of stuff done, mainly being sick. But that being said, thank you all for being here tonight. Go check out all the other channels who are part of the TGIT crew. Thank God it's Tuesday. 21090 is most likely on because they always are. Bad X Probably could possibly be on too. Bourbon Junkies are always on, I think, on Tuesdays as well. So that being said, make sure you guys go check out the rest of them. Sugar Kitty, if you're here, feel free to put their channels, links in the description. Also, anyone who has got a wrench, anyone who's here tonight, Make sure you hit their links in the description as well, or in the chat. Please put their links in the chat. And that being said, we'll see you all tomorrow. Not tomorrow. So used to doing the advent calendar.
We'll see you tomorrow in the advent calendar.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow in the advent calendar. Make sure you guys are still watching those because
I made a mess.
yeah, because the advent calendar honestly is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Shirley says meow meow. Joe says he'll be watching the Junkies. 21090 link is there, so make sure you guys are clicking on that one as well. And Mr. Lopez already, folks. Till next time, cheers. Cheers, you all, and we'll see you all in the next class. Yoink. And we'll see you tomorrow. Check out the advent calendar tomorrow.